All right. Hey, everybody. Really quickly before we get started, wow, thank you to Cole for being our first subscriber. I don't know if he's watching right now, but hey, man, thanks so much. I'm truly grateful. I couldn't be happier for you to want to watch my silly Warhammer streams. Where I don't talk enough, and I don't talk about the lore hardly ever. So I appreciate you. I hope that means that you like the learning how to paint with me enough to want to do this. So I appreciate it a lot. Thanks so much. Our very first one. Awesome. All right. So today's a little different. Today we're gonna do a building stream because I'm gonna build this one, and I'm gonna switch to my painting cam right now. So we're going to be building our model that we're going to be doing non-metallic metal with. So I'm going to kind of display which one I'm going for, and then I'm going to talk about what we're going to do to get there. So I actually got some new paint. Show these to you. So these are Pro Acrylic, not sponsored, but this line, some people know, some people have seen them online, but I think it's Flameon. He has a special line of non-metallic gold. He sells it as a box. I thought that was awesome, so I said, why not give it a try? And it's just like in the Army Painter, it's color coordinated, meaning that it's kind of got a pre-made setup so that if you want to use just this as like a go-to guide to do it, you certainly can. So I'm gonna see how well this works, and we're gonna test it together as soon as we build this. But that's the plan. So I'm pretty excited. We're gonna build it's gonna be a Stormcast Eternal, because mainly it's the easiest thing to start with on non-metallic gold, and I'll explain why. You grab a piece of paper here, actually. This might be more of the drawing stream. If we can show off my drawing skills a little bit here. So the Stormcast has a body shape and a front panel shape that you can see here. This is the one we're going to be doing, by the way. So the front body is shaped like a trapezoid, like that. Bad trapezoid. And then we have two legs, sort of like two rectangles or ovalish rectangles. This one's covered by cloak, bad cloak. And then we have the foot coming right here. And then the top of the head and the shoulders. So the shoulders are the balls right here. And then we have the stomach area. So it's pretty easy to see where the natural light is going to flow if we have the light coming from directly above. This is a terrible drawing, but I think it's going to portray exactly what I'm kind of thinking of. So the light, if we're coming from above, you can see is going to be coming in the main middle area. So reverse sort of shading it, you can see that you'll have dark spots here and a little bit down the middle for the abs. And then same thing for the leg here. You'll have it coming right at the top of the thigh, and then there'll be dark spots here, in the shoulder. You'll have dark spots on the outside. You can already see it kind of starting to turn 3D. And then we'll have some dark spots here on the outer parts of the thighs. And same thing with the feet. So there's the round ball at the top. So we can do that the same way we kind of did the Custodes, and then we'll do the shin, something like that. So this is actually the easiest way to start with non-metallic metal if you're a beginner and if you want to give something new a try. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I am. So we're going to give this a build. We're going to coat it, and maybe we'll even get started by putting the base coat down. Because again, I've never tried this, and the base coat's going to be this dark green brown. And dark green brown is perfect because metal has a greenish tint to it, kind of no matter what. So I'm really interested to see how this looks at the end. So let's get started. We'll build this. By the way, thanks to everybody who gave best wishes to me and my wife. We celebrated her birthday just the other day, and that was awesome. It's wonderful to be able to do that and have such nice people say such nice things to us and for us, and we really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Okay, let's get started. I probably should have built this before, but you know, it is what it is. We're doing it live. We're learning together live. We're trying things new live. It's all about truth and honesty here. We're giving it all a try. I think this is how it goes. Let's see. Wish I knew how to connect this. Oh, got a little piece of plastic in the way. Something that I learned about my wife on her birthday is that we actually went to Disneyland, and that was super fun. But I, as a kid, used to love the Roger Rabbit ride because I thought it was super cool, and she hates that ride. So we didn't end up going on it. But I was like, oh, why? And she's like, I thought I don't like it because I don't like that scene where they kill the boot character, and it's with that scene where the judge dips the boot into the dip where they kill that little cartoon. I was like, oh yeah, that's super vivid and terrifying, and I'd completely forgotten about that. But yeah, this is a pretty scary scene. It's a pretty scary scene when you think about it. They killed him, and it was like, that's a beloved little cartoon character. He's dead. Pretty effed up, if you don't mind me saying. But anyway, not sure how many Disney fans we have out here, but since we live so close, because we're in like the LA area, we go fairly often. And I like it. It's very fun. It's still got it changes pretty frequently, so there's always stuff to do that's different. Disney adults, yeah, whatever. Because we don't be mad because I had a good time. Although, you know, some people like it dislike it for a good reason, but there you go. See here. I'm still reading the Master of Mankind book. I haven't finished it yet. I've been meaning to. So let me tell you, Ra, cool guy. I'd love to do a model of him because he seems to be. It's such like a he's such like a well-rounded character in my opinion. I didn't realize how much it was going to be like a story about him versus a story about the Emperor, because I thought it was going to be the Emperor, like learning about him, but it's really about learning about Ra And the other named custodian that starts with I can't, for some reason his name is escaping me right now, but his name starts with a D. Where he rescues the he rescues the betraying house matron from prison because she had sided with Fulgrim and his troops unknowingly during the heresy, and she explained that to him. But that scene where it's describing her in the cell and they're literally starving to death because the servitor just doesn't recognize that there's no food or water in his hands when he's moving around. That's such good world building right there. I can't tell you, like, I was like in all the scenes are good, but when I was listening to that, because I'm listening to on an audiobook, because at the attention span of a tomato at this point in my life from brain rotting, when I was listening to it, I was like, what's gonna happen? Oh no, this is such good. I've heard about something like this like happening in the Imperium because the Imperium's so fucked up. They're still the good guys, by the way. Still the good guys, despite this, what I'm talking about here. 100% factual, undisputable. The good guys. Anybody who says different is wrong fundamentally. And we can pull up that that meme of the heat map and just say just easily reject that opinion, easily dismiss that opinion. There's no reason to pay attention to that anymore because they don't care about humans at all enough to even in a fictional setting where you can sort of empathize how you wish, they still decide to sympathize with the bugs and chaos, literally chaos. What is that? Like, fight me for real in comments or in DMs. I'm not joking. If you're a chaos sympathizer, like, they're not subtle in the way that they describe what Chaos's goals are in what the eventual reality of Chaos winning would be. And even if you're like a pure 100% contrarian and be like, oh, but technically that's freedom or something like that, or technically that's better than oppression, you're wrong, because that's everyone's dead. There's nothing. You're like a nihilist who thinks that there should be nothing rather than something, which is a ridiculous take. I'd rather not exist than exist and have the capacity for love and have the capacity to experience things, and you know what? Other people should just also not want to experience stuff because of my arbitrary view on existence. Crazy, absolute madness. Okay, we're not going to build the whole thing. I'm going to do this only at first because I specifically want the to do the chest piece by itself. So we're going to base this up, or not base it, but we're going to put him on our little. This is the best tool, by the way, to handle new minis or to paint minis on. It's a 2 little pieces of wood that I glued together with Gorilla Glue. I got it from Mike. I think it was from Michael's or maybe Joanne's. But Joanne's is dead, by the way. Joanne's is gone. If you still have one in your city, wherever you are, or whatever town that you're in, if you see a Joanne's that's not completely closed yet, go in because everything's like 50-60% off. And they're refilling it from warehouses to like get rid of all the stuff. So go get cheap art supplies from Joanne's if you have the chance. Definitely do that. But anyway, as I was saying, the best thing to do right now. Oh, what was it? I turned it back completely. Oh, I was talking about painting this guy. So we're gonna do, we're gonna base coat him up. We're gonna do black, and I have my airbrush ready, so we're just gonna use that. You probably, this is one time where I'm gonna switch to the just chatting so that you can kind of see me a little bit better instead of the paint cam, because my airbrush is over here and I don't have a camera set up. Yeah, I'm in my gray sweatpants. Painting. You don't relax at home? Huh? Like me? What's the matter with you? Okay. That's all my stuff. I'm a slob. Oh, here are those, when I painted the gold three ways. I really liked how these actually turned out. I'm gonna do a full-blown speed paint of a Custodes and one of these. I think I'm gonna do this one, the veteran one, because I just really like how that turned out. The ancient, or the kind of chipped up bronze-ish almost gold. I think that looks better. The middle one's the classic one, but I don't think it looks good. I think it looks too boring. There's better color scheme to do than that. Okay. Primer is just Vallejo primer. Nothing special. Straight from the pot. I like to add 1 drop of airbrush medium to this, just to be helpful to it, because it's still excellent. You really don't need to, but I'm here about it. And that's the golden airbrush medium. This is purely, you don't need this for priming. You really don't. I'm like that. Backfill makeup sponge, putting on the front, letting the air go a little bit. You definitely can't hear or see. Maybe I can show you. This is camera setup day. So we're putting it up against the makeup sponge, letting it mix a little bit in the cup. And here we go. So again, you can't see. Maybe I can. Can I bring you with me? Maybe. Oh, we're traveling into the metaverse something. Here. Oh. Okay. Little short burst. This is my makeshift ink booth, by the way. The cardboard box from Amazon. Well, I'm not getting paint on my freaking camera doing this. I am not a professional by any stretch of the imagination. By the way, if all you have is the black can, that's perfectly fine. There's literally no reason to do this unless you have an airbrush or have access to one. Please don't go buy an airbrush to base coat. That's not what this is for. This is for doing effects mostly. There's literally people online that say I have my airbrush for base coating, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, it's technically faster, but in no way is it required to be, but for it to look good. And to be perfectly honest, it's not actually all that much faster in the long run. Eh. Down. Just a second. Also, not doing this safely, by the way. Do not do this like I'm doing it with no real ventilation. It's gonna be fine because I'm not doing it for an extremely long period of time. But this paint is getting micronized in the air, and you will breathe it in. You should be wearing a mask, and I know that I'm not, but don't do as I do as I say. Right now I'm just cleaning it with a little bit of alcohol. Wipe it down with old large brush. Side. Fancy. Nothing. Some people use like branded airbrush thinner or airbrush cleaner for this. I don't really find it necessary, and if you leave it in there, it can actually damage the gaskets. Not that alcohol can't, but I find it to be a little less harsh. And also, if you spray this out of the airbrush, you don't get that much of a smell. The airbrush thinners really smell like strongly. You're gonna smell it. When I say you, I mean everybody else in your home who has to deal with your really intrusive into the household space hobby. Okay. Be nice to the people around you. And care about I've been talking this whole time and my mic has been off. I wonder how long that was. I was saying that we're gonna let this dry, and the reason it's still a little wet even after being off the airbrush for a few seconds is the fact that I used airbrush medium in the primer, and you probably don't need to do that. It's probably overkill for your airbrush. You don't really need to use that for this particular primer, the Vallejo primer series, because they're designed to go right in the airbrush. The reason I do it is literally out of paranoia. That's all. It's not required in any way. And probably likely isn't necessarily all that good for it, but you know, whatever. F the rules, right? Do what you like. always, never listen to anybody else. That's our motto. Keep. All right. I should probably say that I'm streaming to y'all online. Something. Right now, I think the only person that actually knows that I'm streaming is my, again, and we're gonna shout him out one more time, Cole, our first subscriber. Thank you so much. Super appreciate you. I can't believe that you went and did that. I couldn't be more grateful. Couldn't be more grateful. It makes me feel like all this crap that I'm doing is worthwhile. Sincerely, you're the best. You're the best. Okay. Probably, yeah. Gonna tweet that I'm streaming. Silent stream. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter, my handle is @AaronBeal. I know it's not Golden 40K. The link's in my Twitch, and it's also in my YouTube stream, which is Golden 40K. So just look at that for my Twitter if you're looking for, you know, all that noise. Okay. So next, we are going to put on the. I'm unreasonably excited about this. The dark green brown. So the darkest brown in this Flamion Pro Acryl series. I'm gonna use a big ass brush to do it. One thing that I really don't like about this, and I'm going to show you in the paint cam, is that this cap only is a twist off like this. It twists open and close. I hate that. It's not a dropper like the army painters here, where you can take the cap completely off and then you have the dropper. This has this little twist on, twist off. It's gonna get clogged. It's 100% gonna get clogged. So bad design, in my opinion. Go to the droppers, please. Pro Acryl, listen to me, one subscriber guy. And see, look at this. I can't even. And you know what? The bottle is too stiff. I'm squeezing with a normal amount of pressure, and it's not like squeezing the bottle. I don't have. Look at. I do not have soy strength. I'm pretty buff. Yeah. So I'm not kidding around when I'm saying like this is a ridiculous amount of pressure to be getting miniature paint out of. And watch me right now be embarrassed because I didn't take the seal off. So never mind. Ignore everything I just said. Ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a hack. I'm a fraud. There we go. But this is not. This is also what I was like. Look at it. That came out from me twisting it closed. That's gonna dry hard, and I'm gonna have to scrape it off with my thumb or whatever stuff to get it off later. And that's really annoying, in my opinion. My humble opinion. So, black base coat, and for the base coat here, the base color, I should say, not the base coat. The primer is black. I should get my terms right. I'm just gonna use a big old dry brush to quickly slap this color on. Get her in there. Focus up. You can actually look. Okay, so before I do this, see where the light is? Remember the drawing at the beginning? You can literally freeze frame this. Where the white light is exactly where you're gonna do the highlighting, and it's gonna create non-metallic gold. So pictures are gonna be your best friend when you think about this. So I'm gonna screenshot this later so that I can look at where my highlights are gonna go, and I'm just gonna tape it in front of me or something like that. It's not cheating. Anybody who says that that's cheating or using like, oh, you're not going by the feel of it, tell them to leave your home immediately. Tell them to leave your home immediately and never ever come back, because that's a ridiculous premise. That's a ridiculous standard to have. Gosh, can you imagine? Like, oh, why would you? You mean you can't just tell and remember where the highlights are supposed to go? Yeah, I can. But why should I? Why do I have to? It's my own. It's my own. I'm still gonna do the whole process. Look at that. Look at how nasty that looks. I promise it's gonna look better. It's gonna dry right. But I'm using the big old dry brush on purpose to kind of not prove a point, but to illustrate that you don't need to be super neat with the initial coats because they're super thin. So look how thin it is. You can see all the black coming through. So make sure that this dries all the way, and then just reapply again. And it'll be nice and even. It doesn't need, this part does not need to be perfect. So we're the anti-pretentious stream. Anti-pretentious, anti-big natural hairbrush, anti-snootiness. We paint with craft paints here. Not really. Although I should probably do like a video about that. I should probably like get like a little, like one of those like craft paint things from IKEA that's like $5 and see like how well we can do like an effect or something like that. That might be a cool idea. Maybe that'll be one of the next videos, like one of the next brain rot clips that I do. So we're going to pause right here. So this looks about dry, or dry enough. The second coat. Actually, I really like this. It's like an olive green. Oh, this is too wet. Oh, that's okay. We're gonna pretend like I did it at the right time. Oh yeah, I see it. The Pro Acryl paints really don't like to, they're not very forgiving. At least this one isn't. Okay, we need to really let that one dry all the way first, because now it's like a wash. I wonder what that's gonna look like when it dries. Probably shouldn't let it dry, but I'm gonna. Ugh, that looks nasty. Can you hear my chair squeaking? Get a less squeaky chair. So the next one from here is where we begin the super big highlights. So it's going to be the dark orange brown. And I don't think we're not going to go through every single one of these transitions. We're not going to go from like dark orange to caramel brown to orange brown to like there's too many transitions for this. We're going to go to the we're going to skip dark orange brown. We're going to go caramel, and then we're going to go bright yellow, ochre, and then we're going to go the bright pale yellow. We're going to skip 2 internal mediums because we don't need that much for this experiment. 4 is plenty. I don't need you to go buy 6 paints. Okay, that seems like it's drying. Okay. I was worried that it was going to be too thick and mess up the detail. It's going to be fine. It really got pretty saturated. I'm going to take a little bit off, actually. Allow the brush to kind of resorb some of that. So I took the brush that was a little damp and I washed it out. Try to get some of the water out, and I'm just kind of touching the areas where it was too saturated so that the brush kind of wicks up that excess paint. Because I don't want the recesses to be so filled. It's not going to establish what I want it to establish. There we go. And especially if there's big bubbles like you just saw, those are tough to get out. There we go. That's much better. Now when we do the actual coat, it's going to look much, much better. All right. So we're gonna end here just because this is like the beginning stages. Next stream, we're gonna finish the base coat. We're going to do the first highlight, and we're gonna establish kind of where our light lines are gonna go. So remember what I said about the picture? Take a picture of it when it's black still, with light coming from an area where you think that that's where you want the original light sources, and even right now. Like this is still dark enough. You can see where the light is coming. Not as clear as when it was black. So do it before you do any kind of base coat initially. All right? Thanks for showing up. See you next time.